From pitchers caught with sticky gloves to managers sneaking back in disguise, Major League Baseball's history of cheating is wild, hilarious, and sometimes downright unbelievable. Let's dive in. Fan with the laser pointer.
Muncy pointing at something that he feels like something is in his eye, whether it's a fan or the lights. See that green light?
It's like a laser pointer.
Laser pointer coming across.
Yep.
Come on.
There's no call for that.
Jeez.
And this first one? Just when you think only players cheat, the fans step up. Dodgers versus Mets, top of the ninth, tension sky high, batter locked in. Suddenly, he flinches. Something flashes across his face. Turns out, some Mets fan in the stands is shining a green laser pointer right into his eyes. You can literally see him squinting, confused, trying to shake it off. Commentators were furious, calling it dangerous, and honestly, it could have blinded the guy. The game went on, but the fan? Never caught. He just walked out of that stadium like nothing happened, leaving everyone stunned. Talk about dirty plays off the field. Alex Rodriguez slaps the ball. And this is where it becomes absolutely humiliating. Little league-like, Alex Rodriguez, one of baseball's best-known players, attempted to avoid a tag. Thinking no one would see, A-Rod physically slammed the ball right out of the fielder's glove mid-run instead of sliding.
Arroyo. I think he's out.
He should be out.
Yeah. Because that is clearly, as Arroyo puts the ball in the glove, the left arm came down. No.
The crowd gasped. The outfielder looked dumbfounded, and A-Rod remained there pretending everything was fair play. But replaying doesn't lie. The umpires detected it, overturned the ruling, and gave him packing papers. You might detect his irritation on his face. Baseball did not succeed when he attempted to transform it into dodgeball. Lenny Randall blows. The ball foul.
Tapped at the plate. It'll trickle down the third baseline. The Mariners are going to let it roll. Lenny Randall gets down on his hands and knees and blows on it like a curler, and it goes.
This next one, it's pure comedy gold. Picture a slow dribbler rolling fair down the third base line. The defense is just watching it spin, hoping it'll go foul on its own. Then suddenly, Lenny Randall drops to his knees and literally blows on the baseball. Yeah, he tries to use lung power to push it foul, like he's curling in the Olympics. The crowd's laughing, the opposing team's losing it, and the umpires can't believe what they just saw. Sure, it's completely illegal. You can't influence the ball with air, breath, or anything else that's not part of the play. Randall put on a show, not what his coach wanted. George Brett's pine tar bat incident. But
look at this! Brett is out, and Demon Bat, he is out, and having to be...
No cheating story tops the chaos of George Brett's pine tar meltdown. It's 1,983 Royals versus Yankees. Brett smashes a monster home run that should have won the game. The crowd erupts. But hold up, the Yankees demand the umpire check Brett's bat. Turns out, the thing's practically dipped in pine tar, far beyond the legal limit. The umps huddle, then call him out, erasing the home run. And Brett? He completely loses it. Charges out of the dugout like a bull, eyes wide, veins popping, ready to fight everyone in pinstripes. The footage is legendary. He had to be physically restrained. The Yankees ended up winning that night, but the pine tar incident became one of the most iconic meltdowns in baseball history. Fan calls out Alex Bregman.
Photo. I'm gonna get one too. I don't want a photo with you, cheater. I don't want to follow you. Go bang on a barrel, you bum.
Just when it seemed the Astros cheating drama had cooled off, one fan brought it roaring back. Alex Bregman, walking over to take a photo with what looked like a friendly fan, got ambushed. The guy smiled, camera up, and then dropped the hammer. "I don't want a photo with you, cheater," and told him to go bang on a barrel. The crowd gasped. Bregman just smirked, trying to brush it off, but you could tell it stung. That one line summed up everything fans felt after the Astros' 2019 scandal. Some baseball wounds don't heal. Jock Pederson leans into a pitch. And this next one shows that karmic retribution can be quick. Jock Pederson reasoned he discovered a literal shortcut to first base. Expecting the umpire to grant him a free walk, he angled his shoulder into a pitch. He began jogging to first when the ball clipped him.
Team after 30 games.
Yep, went inside and hit him.
He didn't try to get out of the way.
He did not. They're going to keep him right.
But the ump wasn't buying it. Called him straight back to the plate, ruled it purposefully. You may watch Pederson's face fall, caught in action. The audience had divided reactions, half giggling and half booing. He attempted to simulate suffering for a free base, but instead, he just obtained a free instruction in baseball ethics. Adrian Beltre runs away from a tag.
It was not hit hard. High chop off the plate. Dominguez takes a look at Beltre. He's got him in a rundown. And he throws to Altuve. And Altuve.
Adrian Beltre was known for his fun personality, but this moment had everyone cracking up and shaking their heads at the same time. During a rundown play, instead of trying to get tagged out like a normal player, Beltre just ran away, literally sprinted off toward left field, leaving the infielder chasing him in circles. The crowd erupted in laughter, and even the announcers couldn't keep it together. Of course, it's totally against the rules. You can't just take a jog through the outfield to avoid a tag. But it was pure Beltre, part rule bender, part entertainer, all baseball chaos. Hector Santiago's sticky glove. Hector Santiago grew to be the unlucky face of the new sticky stuff age once the crackdown started.
It can scrape the baseball and get extra movement, but it would appear that something was untoward in the glove of Hector Santiago.
Umpires examined his glove during mid-game and discovered a questionable, sticky substance inside. Santiago seemed shocked, begging innocence. But the regulations were quite obvious. He was thrown out immediately and given a 10-game ban later on. The humor is in the contradiction. He was later banned again, this time for steroids. It was as though he lacked brakes, or perhaps he just couldn't cease rule breaking. Either way, Santiago turned into the warning tale of what happens when you include a little too much science in your pitching. Sammy Sosa's corked bat.
3-2. Bouncing ball up the middle. A run's going to score. Anderson, the throw to first in time. That'll bring home Grunzalani.
Until one swing turned everything, Sammy Sosa's grin and home runs turned him into one of baseball's biggest superstars. Sosa's bat broke during a 2003 game to expose something startling within. Cork, making the bat lighter and the ball fly further, would be illegal. The umpires checked the objects, the audience fell quiet, and Sosa's reputation suffered. He could never get back from it. He claimed it was an accident, just a batting practice bat mistakenly used, but hardly anyone believed him. He was given a 7-game suspension, and the controversy permanently marred his reputation in the sport he once dominated. Armando Galarraga's perfect game stolen.
Right side, Cabrera will cut it off. Galarraga covers. He's out. No, he's safe.
Not every baseball problem arises from cheating. Sometimes it's merely anguish. One away from throwing a perfect game in 2010 was Armando Galarraga. The audience rose as a typical grounder approached first base, history moments away. Simple exit. Except the umpire missed the call. Though plainly out, the runner was said to be safe. Galarraga smiled, subdued wonder rather than fury or wrath. Later, even the umpire, Jim Joyce, wept and acknowledged he had made an error. One of the most emotional events in MLB history, a perfect game lost but sportsmanship gained, became it. Barry Bonds and the steroid era.
And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 756.
With home run after home run, Barry Bonds was unstoppable. He broke records held for decades. But then the steroid claims would taint everything. Bonds faced federal perjury charges and a storm of debate after being accused of taking performance-enhancing drugs during his top years. Even if he never tested positive, the suspicion he carried was sufficient. The man who turned MLB's all-time home run king was denied entry into the Hall of Fame. His narrative grew to represent the steroid era of baseball. Ability, strength, and renown lost by controversy. Jackie Robinson West Little League fraud. Children were allegedly involved. Therefore, this tragedy hit particularly hard. Chicago's Jackie Robinson West Little League team captured hearts by winning the 2014 U.S. Championship until questions showed the coaches had cheated. Better outside their area, they cleverly assembled a super squad utilizing fake player constraints. The punishments were severe. The title was taken away, and the grown-ups were charged with fraud. What was supposed to be a heartwarming underdog story became a gut-wrenching reminder that dishonesty impacts even children's baseball. Houston Astros' trash can scandal. And then came the one that rocked baseball to its core, the Houston Astros trash can scandal. During their 2017 World Series run, the team used a high-tech camera system to steal opposing pitchers' signs in real time. Players in the dugout would bang on trash cans to signal which pitch was coming next. It worked too well. When the story broke, fans felt betrayed, and MLB handed down one of its harshest punishments ever. The Astros kept their title, but their reputation? Forever trashed. From doctored bats to high-tech spying, cheating in baseball has taken every shape imaginable. Which scandal shocked you the most, the Astros scheme or Barry Bonds' downfall? Let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible sports moments.